Most small businesses don't disappear because a bigger competitor crushes them. They disappear because of paperwork, legal decisions, and financial obligations. Nobody ever sat them down and explained. By the time those problems show up, they're expensive. That's exactly the argument the Small Business Owner's Manual builds from the very beginning. The invisible parts of running a business are often the ones that decide whether it survives. If the idea of paperwork quietly becoming your biggest business risk caught your attention, that's the conversation this book is built around, and the link is in the description. Most owners can recognize at least one of these situations. Maybe you're not sure whether your business structure actually protects your personal assets. Maybe tax deadlines always seem to arrive out of nowhere. Maybe sales look healthy, yet cash somehow keeps disappearing. Maybe you're hiring your first employee without realizing how many legal responsibilities come with it. Or maybe you've never asked what happens if one day you want to sell the business or step away. The book connects these into one chain instead of treating them as separate problems. Choosing the right business structure is the first domino. This chapter isn't just about paperwork. It explains how sole proprietorships, partnerships, LLCs, and corporations shift responsibility, control, and personal liability. A decision made during registration can determine whether a lawsuit reaches only the business or your personal savings as well. The book makes the case that the right structure should match the real risks your business faces, not simply whatever was easiest to file. But even getting that decision right doesn't protect you from the next mistake. That's where taxes and compliance start costing people. Good bookkeeping isn't busy work. It's what allows you to prove what happened when tax season arrives. Misfiling deadlines or keep poor records, and penalties or audits can become far more expensive than the taxes themselves. This chapter explains what those filing responsibilities actually look like over the course of a year and why staying organized removes problems before they begin. If you've ever struggled with business tax deadlines or record keeping, drop it in the comments. It's one of the most common challenges owners run into. And even perfect compliance doesn't guarantee you'll have money in the bank. That's because profit and cash flow aren't the same thing. A business can look profitable on paper while still being unable to pay rent or payroll because customers haven't paid their invoices yet. This chapter is really about forecasting money as it moves through the business instead of assuming accounting profit tells the whole story. The book lays out a strategy that reframes how owners think about cash before shortages become emergencies. Once cash is stable, another risk starts showing up. Hiring people introduces an entirely different layer of responsibility. Bringing someone on board isn't just finding help. It means classifying workers correctly, understanding basic employment rules, and setting expectations clearly from day one. Get those decisions wrong, and fines, lawsuits, or constant employee turnover become expensive distractions. This chapter makes the case that good hiring is as much about reducing legal exposure as finding talented people. There's one final piece of the puzzle after that. A business built only to survive this week often has very little value when the owner wants to leave. This chapter explains how to build something that can eventually be transferred, sold, or passed on instead of depending completely on you. Years of hard work should create an asset, not just a demanding job. That's really where the book's central argument lands. Legal structure protects the foundation, tax compliance protects stability, cash flow protects operations, hiring protects growth, and exit planning protects the value you've spent years creating. Ignore one link, and every other part becomes weaker. The Small Business Owner's Manual explores that entire chain in depth, and the link is in the description. If seeing how those 5 pieces connect changed the way you're thinking about your own business, then this breakdown did exactly what I hoped it would. Follow along for more practical book insights like this, and turn notifications so you catch the next one.